The Treasure of the Magi, a study of modern Zoroastrianism by James Hope Moulton. We are on to Chapter 5. The Religion of the Latter Avesta. The Parsis adopt foreign customs mostly readily of all men. Herodotus. We have tried to set forth at length, proportionate to its religious worth, the spiritual system of one of the greatest of prophets, and we have followed it with a tentative account of the mixed system which professed to continue it. After turning aside to ask how much the world in latter days knew of the thoughts of this ancient pioneer, we come to delineate the religion of the Avesta as it stands, for this is theoretically the religion of the Parsis today, with which in this book we are primarily concerned. We have called it the religion of the latter Avesta. Most Parsis would strongly object to the limitation. They maintain that the Gathas are central with them, and that the latter Avesta is understood by the principles derived from those earliest scriptures, but no impartial outsider can help seeing that it is impossible to correlate the early and the latter, giving equal weight to both. The worshipper must choose between two ideals, and, as we shall soon have occasion to note, the modern Orthodox Parsi may render lip service to the Gathas. The very fact that he does not understand them makes it easier for him to use them as spells, but the whole of his outward religious life comes out of the latter Avesta, a Parsi who modeled his religion on the Gathas and rejected everything that could not be at least inferentially justified from them, would be unrecognizable as a Parsi. Let us attempt then to expound the theology of the latter Avesta, making no attempt to emphasize its differences from the Gathas. How the modern Orthodox Parsi deals with such differences we shall see in a later chapter. For the details it will suffice to refer to the excellent account contained in Dalla's Zoroastrian Theology, or William Jackson's treatise on Avestan religion in the Grundrisse der ironischen Philologie. Our aim will simply be to discover the religious spirit that moves in the sacred book of the Parsis, and to see whether it is congruous with that which we have recognized in the hymns. Well, what about all the contradictions and stuff in the Bible? First, then, as to the doctrine of God, there is no mistaking the transcendence of Ahura Mazda over all other objects of worship, and of course that there are no other objects of worship accepted. The latter Avesta has one serious qualification, as we shall see, but in its theory it sets the supreme deity on, as unquestioned, a throne of dominion as the Gathas themselves. The conception has contracted hardly any trace of anthropomorphism, and there never was any approach to idolatry. The extent to which the fire is really worshipped in Parsi religious practice will come up later. In the theory of the Avesta, at any rate, fire is a sacramental symbol only. No image of deity has ever received worship. On this, the Avesta and the Greek writers bear concurrent testimony. Unworthy attributes of Mazda are conspicuously absent. Parsi religion never admitted the degrading associations in India which brought idolatry and coarse superstition into both Hinduism and Buddhism. It is, by addition, well, there is no Hinduism per se, but there's thousands of different types, right? It is, by addition, that the latter Avesta has modified its doctrine of God. Attempts are often made to discount Zarathustra's absolute silence about Mithra. To take the most crucial case, it is that the Gathas are of a small compass, and we have no reason to draw inferences from their silence. So even Dr. Dalla. Anahita is depicted in her yasht from a statue. Seems an improbable idea. It seems to us that we tread a very delicate path when we set aside as a non-Zoroastrian all that does not appear in the Gathas. Are we sure that we are standing on firm ground when we dogmatically assert that the